Hi folks, welcome to Talking Sonics. I hope you're very well indeed. Jamie Durrant with you somewhere in the Indian Ocean.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one.
I was having a little break, but I thought I'd talk about Lost Tapes. The creation of my album Lost Tapes, 13 songs recorded between 1997 and 2004. So let's get into it. So Lost Tapes, 13 songs released now on all the streaming services. It's an album of mine that I produced over a course of around 25 years. Yeah, I'm looking quite young, aren't I? Yeah. Anyway, I'm off the coast of Bali here on a little day trip with my family, and it's a good place to sit and talk and chill out, as you'll say behind me there. And I'm going to talk to you about Lost Tapes. Track 1, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the recording of all the songs and go through the list really. So track 1 is Different World.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one. If you find the time to take a trip and sit by my side, find the time.
Recorded with Richard Stoll at the Woodstock Studios in Melbourne with a bunch of great session musicians. Really love this track. Recorded to Pro Tools through the wonderful 8000 series Neve console there. Big ups for Ben Stolz from Grandville and Spudgun that used to be on my label in the 90s. So it's probably the most recent recording. So Different World was also tracked in the Gold Coast, where I finished some vocals and mixed. In fact, the whole Lost Tapes album was mixed in the Gold Coast in my little home studio. So that's where the whole thing was conceived after my recent move from Victoria in 2021. So track 2, you may know, Closing In On You, is a song I recorded in my Benalla, Victoria studio using the OPR microphones, where I was doing a comparison of the C12 and Telefunken style mics. Every instrument was tracked through just the one mic, so it's quite an amazing thing. You can check out the other videos on these OPR mics. But Closing In On You is a song about escape, being in the ocean, finding your love, or being attracted to someone. It's something where I played the drums, the bass, the keyboards, the guitars, tracked and mixed the whole thing. It was mixed back in 2020. However, I did a bit of a remix recently for the current album release.
Rockets flying in the summer sky, see the view. What a chance do we have to live? Closing in on you, my love. Closing in on a place I've never been before, and the world spins around in my head. Closing in on you.
Very fitting, Trip of a Lifetime, track 3.
I've been a long time away, as far as the moon I'd say. I thought I'd chase the world, come back to change my ways.
Trip of a Lifetime is a song recorded in 2000 or 2001 after a trip I did to LA working with pop sensation 80s pop star Tom DeLuca, who's a great songwriter who contributes to a lot of releases and helps songwriters. So I really learnt a trick with him about song arrangement and energy and punch and pre-chorus and, you know, a really lively pop style. So that's a song with quite an energy. It was recorded in 2001 in a bank building where I had a studio set up for a while in Benalla, Victoria. and that was recorded through a Neve console to a Fostex D116 tape machine. Not the best AD converters for that guy, so a little bit rough. So I remixed it, and it was recorded in 16-bit, so I've increased the resolution, mixing it in 24-bit, so it sounds a lot smoother, a lot nicer. But that was tracked mostly using looped drums, which was a bit of a thing of that sort of late 90s, early 2000s. If you think of Alanis Morissette's famous album, Jagged Little Pill, there's lots of sort of I guess loops and drum beats, and then a layering of things. So Trip of a Lifetime has those sort of drum loops and then natural drums, organic drums over the top.
Of a lifetime.
Celtic Eyes is a song I recorded way back in 1997 in the Boat Shed, which was a self-built studio I built with my uncle. And in that studio in Benalla, Victoria, on the Broken River, we had just a Akai 1214 analog tape machine. Very early days for multi-track professional recording, that I worked at the time with that Akai machine with my label Bent Records. So yeah, I mean, Celtic Eyes was inspired by reading the book London, which was a bit of a historic novel talking about the Celts in London. It follows the story of a young boy and then the change that he sees with growing up from being a cheeky little kid to an adult, and then the Roman invasion. So it's a bit of kind of a historic novel. So I guess in a way, like my son here behind me, we have some Celtic origins in our family, and it's kind of a sort of a heartfelt story in a way for me. It's a song where the feature instrument is a dulcimer, a mountain dulcimer from New York, upstate New York. So classic instrument there, but it has a really jangly tone and sort of, I suppose, reminiscent of a lute. Also in that song is a fantastic classic Farfisa organ. So really nice sound there.
Moving on in a line, sailing to the sky. Thoughts of home and the look of you. The rage of flow, your ways to fly. Look at the world, look at the
So 10 Little Pigeons is a funny tongue-in-cheek song recorded in the Bank building or the Bank studios, and there was a deck there with lots of pigeons that would poo or shit on the deck, and they drove me absolutely crazy. I was cleaning the deck every morning, so it's kind of a Marcy Playground style tongue-in-cheek song, sort of a nasty lullaby, could be a bit of a Maxwell Silver Hammer sort of thing. But 10 Little Pigeons, not very nice, collecting up these babies and kind of disposing of them, if you know what I mean.
10 little pigeons in the back, waiting there to die, not expecting hammer time. Coming down on their heads, breaking little hearts, never knew why they meant.
Message to You, also recorded in the Bank building or the Bank studios in Benalla, Victoria, around 2002 or 2005. This one is just a classic pop rock song, and also influenced by my time with Tom DeLuca and driving the canyons around Malibu and along the beach there. It's got that kind of drivey LA pop feel.
20 loners come to me, begging people give to them tonight. but I know you and you know me. You're a world away, and I'm feeling and screaming my message to you. And you know you can hug me if you want to.
Love a lead guitar solo in this. My Cargill Custom Stratocaster is kind of a bit of a feature here. Also using what I was using at the time, a Rockstar Pro Gap preamp, which has a real kind of a nasally, bitey, great mid-range and a really sort of smooth guitar tone. So the lead break in that is a really cool Strat tone. Bit of a rarity.
Drove from out to sea, the water meet the sky. Turn all past to new homes, never used on the coastline. Long silver highway to a man in town, dug up and put down to make us rich and so proud.
Long way to Bernie, very Midnight Oil inspired, and a precursor to the song Bernie by Midnight Oil. So recorded through the knees in the Boathouse studio. Not a bad spot here actually. I'm supposed to be swimming with manta rays, but I'm doing a video instead. Nusa Penida is the island here. We're here at Mantle Ray Point. Spectacular. Balmy weather, the sun's coming out, it's probably about 28 degrees. Starting to get relaxed. We had a pretty bouncy, rough ride to get out here. So, Mad Dog Sir is all about tourism. It's about the Australian tourism scene, how we're crazy about the bush rangers and how we kind of admire the underdog. And, you know, it's got a mix of lyrics. It's a funny, sort of energetic song. At the time, I was very inspired by Midnight Oil. It was recorded on the Akai 1212, all analog, but at the time also through an 8000 Neve series. So Neve preamps, Premier drum kit, vintage Marshall guitars, jet siren or something going on there. Song Feel This Way, recorded in the Bank Studios, again with a bit of a thumping, pumping drum loop.
I wanna say I love you. I don't think you care that much. Wrapped up in self-seclusion.
I recorded with a friend. It has kind of, I guess, just a nice down riff, down bass riff, bass guitar, some Wurlitzer keyboard in there. It's a song about, I guess, admitting you're scared of being in love with someone, wanting to tell them, admiring someone, working up the courage. It's pretty simple. 4 on the Floor song was recorded through a Neve console to Fostix D116 and then remixed recently this year. It was recorded around 2020 and it's one of my favorites. It's got a real pump, it's really popular. It's great to see lots of streaming happening with this one.
But in time I feel straight and fine. Anytime I can wait, be mine. Never seem to lose my way. Don't hate me, just tell me why I feel this way.
Classic rock and roll tale, of course, Richard Branson taking his wife for a bit of a helicopter flight over the Bahamas, and he buys an island, as you do. Well, here at Nusa Penida, I kind of get the feeling it would be a great idea. get a guide, get a helicopter, see if you can find a vacant island and claim it. You could have an infinity pool just like this one. Pretty cool spot. Would I come back to Bali again? Maybe not, but I'd come back to Nusa Penida. This is my style.
You had me laughing for hours.
Likewise, the song My Crime was recorded in the bank, and My Crime also is that loop genre, that sort of mid-2000s tone. Lots of guitars through the Rockstar preamp, very guitar heavy pop song, and yeah, lots of energy.
Help me out, help me out, help me out. Stay down from the town, face to face. Here we all meet again. You show the strength in coming down. Bring it back to your prime. It's not yours, it's mine. Look at the walking around in circles tonight, but don't look the other way. I see the lights of the town are spreading difference, warm our hearts. But don't film your shot, it's a nice happy place, we're in the dark. The economy is strong, the strain defense industry, warm our hearts. I see the glow of the city, it's a cold war place. Hey, I don't need it. Said to my uncle, what's up? He's building sheds full of bombs.
Getting to the end now, so working for a day, again, one of those really Midnight Oil inspired songs. Mostly acoustic guitar, almost a demo, but I kind of really like the rawness of it. What really features here is an old 1920s Harmony acoustic parlor guitar. That's the basis of the sound. And, you know, that story of being young in Australia and wanting to explore and get out there and just work a little bit, maybe travel the coast, get up to the Gold Coast or travel around the northern beaches, Sydney, that sort of style, or that Australian lifestyle. Like it's a surfy lifestyle kind of attitude song.
I'm only looking for a day or two. It's all I can take. I'm only looking for a day or two. Rotten fruit on the mango tree.
So it seems everyone's got back onto the boat. How was the
Yeah, all good, man.
my
The big shadow right there.
There it is, the manta ray. You can see the black shadow down there. And just have a look at this view. Absolutely amazing. Is this Rockstar on holiday or what? So, Lost Tapes, the final song is Death Ship to the Moon. Death Ship to the Moon, inspired by the film Gattaca.
Everybody to get the manta ray.
Fun little rock song, that one. Recorded in the bank studio on the Neve console, the Fostex, but remixed this year. I redid the vocals this year as well in 2024. I hope you enjoy Lost Tapes from Manta Ray Point. We're off to a reef. Keep streaming the album. Thanks for joining me on Talking Sonics. If you haven't signed up already, just go down below. See you on the next one.
Flying home is all I need to do. On the death ship to the moon. They're counting down. Can I count on you? Only seconds away.